this is Tim and Danny from Nobility Games. We just wanted to take some time to chat with you guys about some of the cards we think are going to be important to hang on to in set 1.0 meta of the Digimon TCG. We'll be playing this meta for a little bit until 1.5 comes out and until the second wave of starter decks comes out. But we've been thinking about some cards you think you should be hanging on to.
Let's talk about that.
So starting with red, we're thinking you should be looking to hang on to this Gallantmon. We're thinking it could be a tech or played in a couple different variants of red.
Yeah, we will see him, I believe, in Alter S when Red Omnimon takes over from Blue. It's just going to be the superior build, and honestly, the price of it is reflective of that. I mean, this card was hanging at around $15 around pre-release, and now people are buying them up. Right now I have the lowest one is $22 on TCG Player with 78 cents shipping. After tax, probably be like $24. And it might be worthwhile if you can get some Gallantmon. You won't necessarily need a play set of them, but if you can get him for $15, you might want to hold on to him.
This card is dipped up, down, all over the place. Where is it going to land, Danny?
He is really low right now. At the time of release, I did pull one Vidramon, and seeing the price chart of him, he was originally like $100 card because nobody knew what to price these at. Then he fell to like 50, then he was down to 40, $30. Right now you can get a near mint foil for $12.20 on TCG Player, and honestly it might be worth it now to pick up 2 copies of Vidramon. It is just a really great card for blue, and while it's not going to be primarily used in Vidramon, if you tech him at 2, I mean, he's a great attacker to unsuspend and then attack again. Plus you can combo him with some cards. Tim actually has used him already with V Nova Blast. Doesn't that give him jamming?
Yeah, that is one way to do it. There's a lot of new ways coming out in 1.5 to make Vidramon a lot better. There's a Demi Vmon in training. You have a Vmon rookie, X Vmons coming out. There's a lot of different things you're going to be able to do with this card. It's going to be able to turn and unsuspend, suspend a lot. One thing I like about the first 2 cards that we're talking about, if you're someone who likes shiny cards, they both have all art versions. I'm just going to call that out. And they both look great. The Vidramon all art is literally busting out of its card frame. So if you like shiny things, this is a nice card to pick up and hang on to. It's splashed in blue now. A lot of people will play it at 1, depending on the variant and the build. And it is going to seek play, especially when All Force Vidramon comes out, which is going to be coming out in 1.5. So if you're into playing blue, I think this is definitely a card that if you can get at a good price, which it is a little low now, you might see it peak up a little bit, especially as you see an unexpected All Force Vidramon deck luck out into a win over a couple tier 1 decks. You're going to see this card splash up in price every now and again, I think. So it might be a good thing to grab at a low price.
Yeah, definitely. Moving on to our next Mon, we got Leopardmon, and he's another one who's dipped down in price. He was floating around like $12. Now he's down to $4 right now, $4.07 on TCG Player, it looks like. And
I just think this card's so good for blue because it's unique in that it's a 4 cost and you can cut its cost in blue with Hammer Spark. So I think a lot of people think it's going to be a lot better because of the champions that are going to be coming out in the 1.5 set. I'm so sorry to interrupt, Danny, but
no,
I am hyped up about this card. If you're willing to put $10 into a fractal share of Tesla, you might as well put $10 into a 2 Leopardmon. I totally see what you're pointing out, Danny.
That's a good way to explain it. Yeah, so that's Leopardmon, and we're gonna move to our honorable mention. He's not in 1.0, but he is in starter deck 2, and that's Hammer Spark.
Yeah, I think that this is just a good call out because this card is going to continue to be good in different variants of blue, and more importantly, Rookie Rush, which is getting a huge bump in 1.5, and memory manipulation is huge in the game. So as this is something that is so important, free memory is good memory. Hammer Sparks is something you're going to want to hang on to, and these decks are hard to get. So I'm telling you, you got to hang on to these. And if you have extra ones, they might become more valuable as you don't see the card get reprinted. Just want to point that out.
It's true. For the MSRP on the blue starter deck is $10, and Hammer Spark alone is going at the lowest $8.60 right now on TCG Player. That's insane. And they come with 4, right? Each deck comes with 4 Hammer Spark.
You're talking 4 in one deck.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this card is, I think, going to continue to see value, and I think it's going to continue to go up. You know, I've just found, as many other players have found, that these things are hard to get. I'm hoping they're going to keep reprinting these decks, but, you know, it's just so hard to get them right now. It's hard to foresee the future, and new cards are going to keep coming out. So as much as this is good now, new cards are going to keep coming out. We don't know what comes out after set 5 and what kind of blue option cards are going to exist past then, but, you know, we're catching up in these sets with 1.5 just coming out, what, a month from now? Am I crazy saying that?
No.
It's just a month from now, you know? So the metas are going to shift after 1.5 comes out. You know, we're going to have another set coming right around its corner with set 4, which is going to be our set, 2? And we don't even know exactly what that list is going to look like. So, you know, I'm someone who's hoping for global release cycles. I'm not sure if Bandai's up for that kind of thing. But we'll see.
We're in yellow territory now. Shout out to our boy Rick with the Magna Angemon.
I'm just going to say I'm really hyped up. I was lucky enough to get a box that was too expensive to buy, but I pulled 2 of these and I got the alt or one, and I only see this card going up as what's our new card coming out here? Was it Mastermon?
Yeah, Mastermon.
Yeah, Mastermon, Hastemon, Mastemon. This card is broken. It's going to be able to be played into a purple-yellow variant.
Mm-hmm. And it's just in general, yellow is just going to get so much better. I didn't realize that you pulled an alternate art one. That's really sick. His alt art is really cool. I'm a big fan of Magna Angemon.
This card's really great. You know, I think like a lot of people who play blue understand how valuable a Zudomon is. You know, it's an expensive on-play effect, but when you play it, it feels great. And this card's got a great on-play effect. And just like Zudomon, it's got a great inherited effect too, man. This card is a wonderful card. It's only going to see better value as you're trying to drop big guys fast in this hybrid deck. And there's going to be a new Godomon that's going to be coming out in 1.5. It's going to splash very well. It's a very toolkitty deck. It's very control-y. It's very, very fun. I'm telling you, you guys got to look out for this card. Got to hang on to it.
That was a good pun. Toolkitty. Yeah, so I'm just going to move on to the Tamers, TK and Kari. Both of them are, you're just going to want a play set of each of them because, like we were saying, yellow is going to pop off in 1.5, and Shine Greymon is terrifying, and he gets his effect based on the Tamers. So having the TK, but especially having the Kari and having her ability stack, if you have 3 or fewer security cards to gain 1 memory, there's so much advantage in the yellow control game of having these play sets. And Kari right now is dirt cheap. She's 99 cents with 78 cents shipping, and it looks like, you know, we got $1.47 on her, 98.8 with 99 shipping. For the price, you definitely want to pick up 4 if you didn't pull any of them and keep them aside. Shall we move on to Puppetmon?
Yeah, I'm really hyped up for green. I think Puppetmon is just plain and simple. It's a good card now. It's a good card in the future. Green is good. GG.
It's really true. Green is really good. Puppetmon can win games. Everybody says it and everybody knows it, but his effect is devastating. When you can on play to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon and then they can't unsuspend. He wins games plain and simple.
He dictates the board, and it's just like a great counterplay to a good push, and it's just a great card.
that is going to lead us to Flower Cannon, which is just, it's if Gaia Force wasn't a thing, Flower Cannon is probably the best option card in 1.0. So definitely you're going to want to have a playset of Flower Cannon.
It's a very uncommon rare. I know that sounds crazy, but this Flower Cannon card is a really good card. Green is all about controlling your opponent by suspending their cards and making it so they can't unsuspend them from that Puppetmon every now and again. And when Sarismon comes out, you're going to be turning cards even more using that card's ability, as well as some of the other cards that are going to be coming out to support it. But Flower Cannon is still really important. Security Check is great. This card I only foresee continuing to be valuable.
Speaking of, we have Mimi and Izzy on our list here, and Mimi is just another great green tamer who is going to be seen in various green decks, as well as Izzy. I think Izzy is going to pick up more steam later when Sarismon comes out. It's going to shift the tempo of the game. Of instead of pumping out Digi-Eggs at a time, you're just going to be drawing for more green guys with Izzy.
I think when you're dropping big guys and digivolving less, you're going to need to replace cards in your hand, and that's where Izzy comes in. You know, Mimi's going to keep tempo up, but this is a card a lot of people play one or two of. You know, I think Izzy, people might be always pushing more of the two of rather than the 1 to 2 of, maybe even more. You know, this card does have a lot of potential as you're dropping these big megas frequently in green.
We're moving on to Karamon. We're in black now.
Now these, I just want to say one thing. Now this is a long shot, and it is coupled with the card that we want to talk about next.
Mm-hmm.
So Karamon, I believe, is our level 3 stage Digimon in the Diaboromon Digivolution stage, and its inherited ability is pretty darn good. And Diaboromon is going to be good in the long haul, in the way future. We're not talking 1.5, but we're talking about set 5, just based off the Apocalypsemon information that was recently released. So Karamon, I just predict being a rare that could be pretty good in that deck.
You might as well pick up a play set of it now and set it aside for later, which can bring us right into our next pick is Diaboromon, the man himself. This card has really fluctuated a lot since release. People are seeing that his value will go up in set 5, but I think we might see his price fall a little bit, maybe. There's a lot of market watch into that. Right now, he's a $16 card. Could he be worth $10? Yeah, probably. I think as time goes on, people might be a little bit more impatient, and around set 1.5, we might see him dip in price and then slowly rise back up as more people get excited for set 5.
This is one of those cards you want to get at a low value now and just hang on to. You know, put it in the vault. That's what I'm just gonna say. Put this card in the vault. Keep it around for later. Get it at the lowest cost you possibly can.
Which brings us into our last black card, Metal Edamame. Tim, I know you are the black expert. You want to run black eventually, so if you want to talk about him.
You know, I think black is a variant or a color that's going to be good a little bit further out. We just don't have the ultimate stage here that is a low cost, but I think that with running some Metal Edamame with some Edamon that are coming out in 1.5, you might be able to get some free summons for some high values. And Metal Edamame is a card that is a mega that when Edamon comes out, you might get lucky enough to combo that card right out for free. Now, the new Omnimon that is coming out as well is something that you could splash into this deck, being that it can digivolve from black. Unlike the Omnimon we're playing now, which is red-blue, this one is black-red. So I think that there's a little bit of potential in this. I have to test a little bit to see exactly what the odds are. I'll be honest with you, I haven't done the testing exactly, but I'm interested to see how many free summons you could get off running a couple Edamons, a couple meta Edamons. So I think this is a low-cost card I think just make sure you have a playset to set aside. Put it in the vault, like I said. I think for all the black cards, you're putting them in the vault.
Back in the vault. Yeah, and that's going to bring us to purple. And we've got the Joker himself, Piedmont. Very interesting card. Very good. And the market watch for him is definitely, we've seen an increase from him. I believe around pre-release he was going for around $25, $30. Right now he's up to $35, and not many of them. There's only 4 listings.
Yeah.
And
low pull rates. People are hanging on to it. This card's hot, man.
Yeah, he's another one. Just like Puppetmon, Piedmon really can demand board control and change the outcome of a game when he hits the board. Being able to bring back Vilemon or just monsters to oppress your opponent is so good. And that's going to bring us to Lilithmon. Lilithmon is another strong purple, but we can see her potentially becoming even better just because of her effect. That once per turn, when you use an option card, gain 2 memory. There's going to be so many option cards coming out, hopefully a bunch more purples, and there's the potential for Lilithmon to just become busted. So it's always good to just have a few on hand and keep them in the vault, as Tim's been saying. You can even use her right now in purple. It's not like she's not helpful. But
if you're a lifetime purple player, keep this card until it's restricted or banned, because options are a key part of the game. Until options are so irrelevant in the game, I think that this card's always going to seek some sort of play or potential play.
Yeah. And our last card, Belzmon, the best secret to pull in 1.0. And we've seen a little bit of a price drop, but still, he is a secret that you're going to want to keep.
I think that this card is really exciting for the future, for things that haven't even been announced. And I know that sounds really, really, really lame, but just because of his effect and being that there's just one Impmon that you can play, and the possibility of more Impmons coming out. That's all I'm just thinking about, man. I just can't stop thinking about the potential Belzmon decks coming out in the future. We could even see some Tamer interaction with this card because of the show. So, like, I just see that there's just so much potential for this card because of the name and the different things you can do. Just because of how they're building the card game and making the cards interact with each other.
With that finishes up our list. Is there any cards that you think we might have missed? Is there a hidden card that you want to hold on to? Let us know down below. Please be sure to like and subscribe to Nobility Games. It really helps us out. And we'll see you in the next one.
Don't forget to check us out on our socials. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, where we'll be posting some Digimon related content and where you can keep up with what we are looking at.